Why do nice guys finish last? Today we're going to answer the age-old mystery on why nice guys finish last. Hello everyone, it's a topic, the internet's hot with it, people talk about it all the time, why nice guys finish last. I want to deal with this and look at the perspective of why it's said. There's always a truth to these things, you know, when there's a common element to what people say, generally there's a grain of truth behind it, and that's why wives' tales and old stories are so powerful, because if we're talking about it, there's something about it that rings true. You can't just throw it out. I hear women say that's ridiculous that nice guys finish last. And I hear guys say that sometimes, but if it's being said, what's the truth behind it and what are we trying to say? So as always, going to be with a quote from the great bard, my homeboy, your homeboy, Hamlet. Shakespeare, spoken by Hamlet in the great play Hamlet. This, above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day, thou cannot be false to any man. To thy own self be true. What are you trying to say there, Shakespeare? What Shakespeare's trying to say is that that's your fundamental premise in life, is be true to yourself, and you can't. And then you don't have to lie to anyone. You won't even want to lie because you're true to yourself. And this brings up something that I believe is at the core of why nice guys finish last. Nice guys, think about the concept of nice guys, someone who puts his feelings last, someone who's always thinking about someone else, someone who is very courteous and doesn't say what he means, he says the polite thing. That's not being true to yourself. So it's not the niceness that women don't like, or that makes nice guys finish last. It's the inauthenticity. Now, I'm not saying you can't be a nice person, but it's more important to be an authentic nice person than it is to just be a nice person. And authentic nice people don't finish last, but non-authentic nice people always finish last. So let's have a look at how this works. Especially for the men there who think this statement's true, or the women who don't understand why they may in their life have turned away nice guys. So, nice guys don't stand up for themselves. Quite often there'll be situations where something a value has been violated, and the nice guy, in order to present an idea of niceness, will not stand up for himself, even though it's the right thing to do. Now, I don't care how nice you are, it doesn't make up for not standing up for yourself. And one thing that women love about men who stand up for themselves is it generally shows they'll also stand up for their woman. Number two, women look for character as a prediction of future behaviour. Women have an intuition which is incredible and us men don't understand. And one of the ways they use it is they look at character. They look at the way someone interacts with the world, and they project that behaviour on, well, if he's going to, just fall over and, not stand up for himself in this situation, could that be true of this? Or if he's always going to be, repressing all these feelings, will he repress it with me? And when they see that, they might not consciously go through all these sort of trains of thought, but they know there's something not right here. There's something about this behaviour that could end up bad in the future. Number three, inauthenticity, which I think is the worst thing you can do. Quite often, nice guys aren't authentic. They don't say. They're too scared to say what they want in bed. They're too scared to stand up. Even when the woman, she's not right. She needs someone to tell her, hey, that's not right. You're a better person than that. But they won't do it. And that authenticity kills attraction. What's the difference between a woman pretending to be interested in a guy for money and a guy pretending to be nice for sex? I say this quite often. People quite often will say, well, these women, these gold diggers, they're no good. They want they're pretending to have attraction for this man because they want the money. I'm like, okay, well, if that's bad, so what we're really saying, let's remove the words money and sex and attraction from the woman's situation. What we're really saying is that when someone pretends to do something in order to get something else, that's negative, and people agree with me. So I really don't see the difference between someone pretending to be nice all the time in order to get sex or love. It's any different, and that's why I think it really challenges any relationship. Putting women on a pedestal. I've got huge news for you. Women are humans too. Women are very capable. Madame Curie is one of the greatest scientists of all time. Women don't need to be put on a pedestal. Now, there are feminine characteristics which men really need to appreciate. Love, connectivity, the ability to dive deep into emotions. I put those characteristics on a pedestal, but I'm not going to put a woman on a pedestal until they prove it to you. But so many men put women on pedestals immediately. And women don't like that. They like to know that they've been put on a pedestal because of who they are. If they see a man who just puts them on a pedestal immediately, they think, well, he's going to do that to every woman, and there's nothing special about me. Understand that women aren't perfect, men aren't perfect. And meeting a woman and fantasizing and putting her on a pedestal and saying she's absolutely amazing and great when she's done nothing to prove that will mean that you finish last. Being too emotional. It's the burden, but also the opportunity for a man to be emotionally strong. Women, I believe, delve a lot deeper into emotions, and they can get a lot more involved in their emotions and a lot more wrapped up, because the deeper you dive, just like in water, the deeper you dive, the more you're in trouble. And the last thing women need is men being crybabies, which is such a bad, inappropriate statement, but understand being too emotional, writing long texts saying how much they miss them and they can't deal with not being around with them and they love them and they cry. Listen, your woman needs to feel safe around you, and she needs to be able to open up and tell you about her emotions. And if you're not mentally strong and you're crying during Disney films, she doesn't get the opportunity to cry during Disney films, and she needs someone to be strong for her. And it's great. It's a modeling situation that's happened through feminine and masculine energy, but it's great because it teaches men how to be strong, and they can take that into other areas of their life, whether it's purpose, job, work. And it's also a great way of showing love. When you can be strong and hold your emotions together and be emotionally strong for your woman, that is absolute love. Second to last, being a friend and not a lover. It's good to have nice friends, and it's good to have someone in your life that's a yes man or pat you on the back, but you're not their friend, you're their lover, or you hope to be their lover. And acting like a nice friend will not make you into a lover. Attraction is not a choice, it's much more complex and it's dealt with by our unconscious. And being a nice friend will not make you a lover. A woman will not suddenly go, he's such a nice guy, I'm now sexually attracted to him. And finally, just sticking with that, attraction is not a choice. No matter how nice you are, you will not create attraction in someone else. They might be attracted to who you are as a person, but that won't come from falling over on your own feet, being too emotional and being, a sissy nice guy. It will come from you being authentic and knowing that sometimes attraction's not there, and to move on and not try and pretend or become this nice guy and then whinge, you whinge to everyone that, she only likes biker dudes with tattoos or she only likes bad boys. That's not true. The reality is that you weren't authentic. And why did they like this biker? He's probably really authentic. He probably burps and does whatever, but it's because he does. It's not the burps or the swearing or the whatever, the motorbike. It's the fact that he's authentic and he's happy to be a biker and he doesn't care and he doesn't try and be anything else. Nice guys who pretend to finish last. You can be a good, kind, strong man and attract the women of your dreams. But this is what it's really about. Don't pretend. Always be yourself. It's something to think about, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.